Morning, Nina. Good morning, Carol. Good morning, Jen. How is everybody doing this morning? How is everybody doing this morning? There was a 9-year-old girl lost in New York. That's crazy. What's the deal there? They found her alive? Here comes Daddy dragging limbs in this early. You actually got up early this morning, so Nina likes to sleep in late. You guys gonna see Grandpa pop in on the screen in a minute. Daddy out there unhooking a tree limb. He ended up getting, Nina says, good morning, Papa Brewer. He ended up getting a dadgum case, not money. That's what's messed up there. Ah, good morning, Trouble. How you doing this morning? Good morning, Trouble. Good morning. Hey, y'all go on with Daddy now. Chipper. 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 Chip, Chip. Daddy, you better call this dog. He looks like he's going to run. All right, he's got it. Ah, 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 ah. Go with Daddy. Go. He's barking at something. Come on, Chip, Chip. I don't know what he was barking at. I don't see nothing. Good morning, Tracy Robertson. How are you this morning? Trouble, what's got you up so early this morning? Uh, Everybody's allergies are messing up. It's this time of the year. It's that time of the year. Excuse me. We got 6 in here. Good morning, everybody. Can't hardly. What is it? See any runt? You don't know what it was? Yeah. Hmm. They ain't no telling what they were chasing. They ain't no telling what they were chasing.
I don't like that. Make sure I didn't step on that van. Or if you're running across the road, come back and walk out there and come back and clear it and shut the forward off. I heard him. I heard it bad. They got in that hardwood box. Dang.
Well, they just about had to be chasing a deer that you never saw.
I called them. I started on the hardwood bottom when they come out. One man circled back by the house.
Well, that ain't bad. At least, well, it ain't nothing to not be able to see a deer. I mean, that's just the way it is. You want me to go get you some coffee? Shoot, by the time I get up at, I think it's around 5:15, 5 o'clock, sometimes at a quarter till 5, and get the kids, have my coffee, get the kids up, get them off to school, wait on daylight. I'm more than awake. Good morning, Gator. How you feeling? Who's got some good news for me? That's what I want to know. Shoot, we doing good this morning. I am anyway, and I'm glad to see that you're feeling fantastic. That is awesome. That is great news. So I'm in chat, and y'all can hear my voice, so that's good this morning. But yeah, I'll be in chat some. Watching the sun come up here in Georgia this morning. I hope it warms it up some because it's cold. It's cool here this morning. It's been really cool. Trouble. I don't normally cook breakfast, but he asked and he has been awesome, so I did it for him. Awesome. That's awesome. Awesome blossom. I'm not like a per se a breakfast eater. Now if I've been up for about 5 or 6 hours, by the time it's 7:30, 8 o'clock, that's different. Well, I talked to Silly, and one of the events that she went to was a convoy over the weekend, and she talked like it was terrible. She's like, it was unorganized and just a mess. I drink my coffee in the mornings. By the time I eat about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, something like that. So it's 70 degrees there. There ain't no telling what it's like here, what the temperature is here. I don't have a clue. Yeah, they had to keep Gator, they had to keep my dad's on for like 2 weeks. Gator, it's cold where you are. Wow. Tracy says, I'm coming to eat with you. Trouble, she's coming to eat breakfast with you. But we were talking about, me and Daddy were talking about the Florida trip yesterday. I'm actually looking forward to it. 90% of the people that's going to be there I haven't met before, and you can never look at Aruba's pretty eyes too long and too many times. So I don't have a problem with that either. It's going to be a good weekend, and I hadn't seen Aruba since Texoma, so that's going to be interesting. Tracy, he got French toast, bacon, and sausage, cooked eggs for the other son. Wow. I might have to come into your house too. I like to eat cereal sometimes too. It just depends. Well, see, not only do we eat eggs, but we eat eggs, grits, and we put our eggs under our grits and cook the eggs over medium where they'll blend with them grits real well, and then have sausage and stuff on the side. Good morning, Third. How you doing this morning? You on your way to work or are you on your way to the gym? Mm, that sounds good. Homemade veggie soup. The gang's all here this morning. I love grits too, but you can't cook them with sugar in them or it messes them up. You have to put salt and butter in your grits and pepper. You can't put sugar in the grits. That's a northern thing. That's what I figured. Well, I did an application yesterday and actually passed the first speed test on the internet that my internet speed test that I've done. It's the first time I've actually passed one, so we'll see if I can get to work pretty soon. It would sure be nice. Crock pot cooking's always the best. It's no spill. It's a one pot meal. It's easy. It cooks all day while you're doing everything else. So we're just here this morning, just chilling out, looking at the sunrise. Still got that double deuces on the right corner. I need to revamp this whole channel. I need to just change everything. We don't have double deuces no more. I'm not even a deuce no more. So I need to get all this little stuff fixed. But you know what? My heart just ain't been in it, y'all. It just don't bother me that bad. Um, so it might be there for a while before I actually do it. I have cardiac rehab today. Now, what is cardiac rehab? It's not bad here. The sun's coming up. It's warming up slowly. Crock pot soup's the best. You can set it up and get it ready to go in the morning and put ground beef and stuff in it and your vegetables and your salt and pepper and your tomatoes and then turn it on high and just let it cook slowly all day. That's some good eating too. I believe in crock pots. That's for sure. Crock pots will save you a bunch of time and a bunch of hassle. All right, what were the results of Gerald's testing? Don't know yet. I don't think they did it yet. Okay, I got you. So I assume not only is it a cardiac gym, but I assume there's people there watching you in case you fall out. I've been lucky so far. I haven't had any problems with my ticker, so I hope I never do. Um, your ticker and your brain are kind of essential to your life body, and it working properly. That's like I'm a big advocate of a group, not just one group. There's like 7 or 8 of them that's all interconnected, but like Adventures with Purpose, where they find missing people that went missing years ago or new or whatever with their car and they've never been seen again. And with your older people, they say that 90% of the time it's either Alzheimer's or dementia that sets in. They lose track of where they are and drive right into the water, or either it's an accident scene and they drive into the water. If you guys have never checked out Adventures with Purpose, please watch them. That's probably one of the best live streams out there to me. Trouble, you watch it. That's good. I love Adventures with Purpose. I love to watch their shows, and very seldom do I catch them live, but I like to watch their streams, and I like to see what they're accomplishing, and they're doing great things, and I think it's awesome. One of these days I might be out there with them, but I want to hit Georgia and all the lakes here. I mean, I live on a lake. I wonder how, and I asked my dad, I was like, I wonder how many cars is under the water here. Is it true you have to use a pressure canner to can soups? My friend keeps telling me not to water bath canned soup. Um, mm, that's rough. Well, I hope before it's all said and done that you wind up feeling like a new person when it's all said and done, Gator, because you sure have been through a lot. But yeah, and Carol or Third, either one, whichever one can get to it first. If one of y'all could put up the Adventures with Purpose link, I'd appreciate it. Because if you guys ain't never watched something, this is something good you can watch that's clean. It's not political. It's not anything. It's just good people using the chat to be able to do what they want to do the best, which is help people, and some of these people has been looking for answers. Like one of the cases they covered and actually solved was Mary Louise Parker. Oh, that's awesome, Gator. That's so good that you're doing good. And that woman was missing for 30 plus years and they found her and her car, and I believe she had her two babies in the car with her too, which is sad, but that's just the way it is when people go missing with their car and they're never seen. Third's Guided Adventures with Purpose. If you guys ain't never tuned in, y'all can sub to him, and then he works with a lot of like independent divers too. And if y'all haven't watched, just watch the live streams because a lot of people help them. Check out his links too, because he'll link you up to a bunch of other salvage divers as well. So, I mean, it's really interesting. And they have worked all over the country and they drive all over the country to take care of this. And some of these people's been waiting on answers for years and years and years and years. If you got somebody that disappears with their vehicle off the face of the planet, I bet you they're in water somewhere. Yep, that's the way you have to do it. That's like that dried beef. They sell it at the grocery store. It's horribly salty. I got you. You do your thing. Gator, do your thing. When I'm out here in the mornings, I'm walking around here doing all kinds of crap. Usually I would have a fire built, but Daddy ain't got no chat lighter ready for me to do a fire. What? Yeah, of course I'm live. I'm using my computer this morning. What? Yeah, I ain't studying it this morning. I was gonna do, if I do a fire, it's gonna be a wood fire. Daddy, I burned all the cardboard except that's those few two pieces or three pieces over there. Well, it's 61 degrees here now. I wouldn't start it now. Good morning, everybody. We got 12 watching. How's everybody doing? And who's my newcomers that wasn't here before? We got 12, so we've got a few new faces. No, not yet. I thought I'd go live this morning for a minute just to let y'all see that everything was okay and I'm not dead somewhere. Yes, Nina's in there. She done spoke to you this morning. Daddy said for you to keep me straight while I'm in live. Now, I don't know exactly how my mama does her canning, but she cans in mason jars. And if I'm not mistaken, I think she uses a pressure cooker to do it. I'm not positive on it, but she does it. She's got stuff stockpiled, probably enough food to last us 2-3 years, and it's all in jars. Does she use a pressure cooker to do that, to seal them? Okay, she uses a pressure cooker. Nina said that's impossible for her to keep me straight in chat. Nina, Daddy said if you can't do it, he darn sure can't do it, and he's here with me. Rice is one of the hardest things to cook to perfection, I promise. If you don't know what you're doing, you'll make it gummy just as sure as the world. So most definitely, most definitely. I don't know if you need to cook it first, but I know if you don't cook it enough, it ain't gonna taste right. And I got to where I like wild rice better than I do white rice. And I like yellow rice, but I don't like, I'm just not that big on white rice, never have been. Nina said, you need to come over here and tell some funny stories about when I was younger. It's just bland. And if you don't have gravy or something on it or tomatoes in it or something, it ain't going to taste right. Now, we eat a lot of Spam here, and we do, but we make sandwiches out of it. I like to take the rice-a-roni boxes and make rice-a-roni too, because if you cook it right and you do it the way you're supposed to, it'll have a fried taste to it. It's really good, and my kids love it. I used to make dirty rice that way. I would take 2 boxes of rice-a-roni, and I'd get the rice ready, and I'd have me some ground beef that was already cooking on the side already, and I'd blend it together with the herbs, and then sometimes I'd put a layer of cheese on top of it. And I'm telling you, they would tear it up. I cooked it one time for Deuce and them up there, but Deuce is kind of spoiled because he likes his neighbor's cooking, because she cooks slash American slash Mexican, and it's a combo sometimes, and then sometimes it's all Mexican and things of that nature. And I'm an American cuisine cooking. I like Southern cooking, and that's how I do things. I mean, I fry my own chicken. I make my potatoes from scratch. I make my gravy from scratch. The only thing I can't fix is homemade biscuits, and I'm glad I can't. Because I can use the little biscuit packs that you mix your dough up with and stuff and make your own and slide them in the oven. Now, those I can do. But as far as sitting down and actually making a biscuit from scratch, no. And if I did, you could probably play softball with them, seriously. Yeah, you could taste the bacon in them too. The grocery store has got a tub of bacon grease called Bacon Up, and it comes in like it's not a real big container. And but now if you guys need bacon grease, that's the way to go. She added it to some of her biscuits and they were fire. I'm talking about they were good. So, but yeah, I like I'm not big on rice, whereas we ate a lot of it up there in Texas, but if we did, I'd put a little soy sauce or something in mine to give it some flavor. I couldn't stand just the plain white rice. If you want an easy meal, make some dirty rice one night. That's good and it's easy. The whole meal might take 15 minutes, maybe 20 once if you brown the ground beef from the beginning, but if you already have it ready and save all your drippings and stuff, it ain't nothing. Now see, Nina, you sound like one of the boys. I think one of them say that all the time, that it reminds them of maggots, and that's exactly what it looks like. But you got to put that out of your mind too, because rice is a filler. Cheap meal, especially for kids. Cook, saute any vegetable mixture with oil. Boil ramen noodles and 2 minutes. Put a little, a teriyaki sauce. See, I don't like ramen noodles like most people. I don't know what it is. Number one, the salt packet is entirely too salty. And number two, I don't know. They don't taste right. Now, the cup of noodles I like, but the square packs I don't. Now, to each its own. I just don't do ramen. My kids can eat the hell out of it, but I don't. So, trying to get ready, trying to get ready for this trip coming up. Um, Trying to get everything prepped and ready to go and just have my ducks in a row. And my tickets are bought. 3 tickets round trip, $158, y'all. Round trip tickets, 3 of us, $158 flying Frontier. I didn't even use the cheap website for the tickets. I booked these I just booked them straight through Frontier. And Frontier's got a kids fly free program where you can pay $99 and get miles and all this other stuff. And then each child will either fly free or they'll fly for $29. Yeah, I gotcha. I don't like ramen noodles. They're nasty to me. I don't see how my kids eat them, but they like them. And my stepmom will use the noodles to make stuff with sometimes, and it ain't so bad. But if you make them just like they're supposed to be made, they're nasty. Yes, and they're too salty. I agree, Nina. They're way too salty. Yeah, I thought the price was really good. $158 for 3 tickets round trip ain't nothing to shake a stick at. And so far, we've got 4 people outside of myself. I make 5 that's planning on being there. I don't either. I usually, now my kids do, and they put the whole damn packet in there, not me. I don't like it like that. I may use just a sprinkler or two to give me a little salt, but other than that, I'll waste the rest of it. I don't care nothing for it. But now I'll tell you a good way to do white rice too, y'all. If you'll take a can of beef consomme, a can of water, and 1 cup of rice, and slide it in the oven with some butter and salt and pepper and cover it and let it cook. That's the best rice you ever ate, and it's simple. Okay, so we've got 12 people, 13 people, no, 12 people. I would prefer a vegetable and meat stir fry. I'm a meat and potatoes person, y'all. I was raised country. I want to get full. So I'd rather have veggies and snap peas and all these little things and some chicken. What? Not in a stir fry. Sun's pretty this morning, isn't it, y'all? What? Nina, Grandpa wants to know if you have ever cooked any, if you've ever fried whole leaf spinach. Third says, I love potatoes. Yukons are my favorite. I love red potatoes. Red potatoes are my favorite type of potato. Those are the potatoes you put in a pot of green beans when you're cooking them. She said, I said saute the veggies first. Well, that dadgum heart is in my way a lot. It gets on my nerve. Nina said, no, but it sounds good. He said to get you some, fry it, and put it in a salad. That's like one of the best little things to go on top of a salad that you're making on your own. Like if you're building the salad yourself, get some of them little dried onions and break them up and drop them on top of your salad. Oh, that is so good. I love spinach stir fry. I cook it with mushrooms and bacon grease. Now, see, that's the way I do my squash when I cook them. Squash and onions, because squash has got natural water in it. So when you cook them, you have to get all the water out, and it shrivels them up and makes them real, real small. But it also tenderizes them to where you could eat them. And then you throw that bacon grease and them sauteed onions in there with it, and you got a meal. Third says for spinach, I would like to saute some cherry tomatoes and minced garlic with either butter or olive oil. Then add spinach. I like to sometimes add it to scrambled eggs as well. I don't do spinach and I don't like it. I've tried it. I do not like now. My stepmom, if she hides it in something, I might eat it. But as far as like taking a pot of spinach and dumping it out of the can and putting it on the stove and serving it, no, I can't stand spinach. And I don't want it in my salad. Well, I didn't either. Mine didn't either because when I grew up out of the garden. They cooked out of the garden, and so I had the best food that there is. Period. You take some filled peas and you put some side meat in it, and some salt and pepper, and you got a meal right there. See, I can't. The thought of even trying kale. Nope. Kale, seaweed, spinach. I like collards and I like turnips. And I don't want the root of the turnip. I just want the green. We put hot vinegar sauce in ours, and that's just the way we eat them down here in the South. I have been known to take vinegar straight out of the apple cider container and pour it on my greens. I don't care as long as it's got that taste. Third, do you still have plans for the weekend? We are going to be in Florida. Are you and Jeffrey going to Branson? Collards is my favorite green, period. Okay, you do your thing, Trouble. I appreciate you being here so early. By next weekend, I think it's the 9th. It's supposed to be we're going to be having 30-degree mornings. Then it's going to go back up to the mid to upper 50s, but we're going to have 4 mornings where it's below 40 degrees in the morning. Let's see, I love iceberg lettuce, but I like romaine lettuce, and I also like Caesar salads. I have family coming in a week and a half to visit, so planning for that. Neither of us were making it to Branson this year, but I'll probably go to New York to see Jeffrey for his birthday. When is Jeffrey's birthday? Ours has got to be right there close together. You may have already told me, but I forget everything. What, Daddy? Would you be quiet? We're talking about food. Everybody likes to eat, but I still like good food. His is November the 8th. Oh, wow. Mine's the 15th of November. This year I'll be 50 years old. I could care less. Hitting the big 50 this year. Who's older, me or Jeffrey? Uh-oh. Oh, November the 9th. Welcome to 70. 70, what? Am I lost? What happened? 70 what? No. Slim, good morning. Where's Mama at? She usually pops in here before you do. Where's she at? You know you can't come in here without her. Hey, you're fabulous in a lot of ways, Nina Ross. You have everybody in here in this chat is special to me. Y'all don't ever think that you're not. Every single one of you is important in your own way, and every single one of you have your own little personality. But I guarantee you one thing: there's been if Nina Ross has heard me cry one time, she's heard me cry 1,000. When I need to cry, that's who I call. And I probably cried with several of y'all, but I cry with Nina almost every day. Hey Slim, are you positively sure your house is big enough to hold me and 6 or 7 other patriots? Are you sure you're ready for this? Does anybody in the chat have a recommendation of something y'all would like to see us do at the Florida retreat? Maybe something new and different. Me and Charlene have talked about having an auction there while I'm there, which would actually be pretty cool because I could learn something from her. And what's the 16th? Oh, the 16th Trouble. We're one day behind each other. And you still wet behind the ears at 36. Nina says she listens good because the kids been around her. Quite a few November birthdays coming up then. Yeah, mine's being celebrated in Florida. That's what we're doing. We're having a birthday celebration there. It's going to be good to be around my peoples. Jan says, did you cry the other day? You need to go to one of those places you throw hatchets. No. I had something set me off, and I'm not going to get into it much, but let's just suffice it to say I got set off by a series of events. And I had like an advisory warning that morning to everybody that was dealing with me that I was in a bitchy mood. I warned everybody in advance. I'm not in a good mood. I'm going to stay to myself all day today. I'll see y'all on the flip side. And when I ended the live, I was about to lose it, and I didn't want to lose it live. So I ended it, and I apologize for not letting y'all know anything, but those days are going to happen. If the live suddenly ends, you'll know there's a reason. Otherwise, I sit here and tell you I'm going to end the live stream 15 times before I actually do it. And Jeanne, I've spent a lot of time crying. It seems like I'm the only one who gives a crap that I'm no longer there. But I guarantee you one thing. It hurt at least one of us. October the 12th, I'll be 66 years young. Aw, your birthday's like knocking on the door. Slim, what y'all gonna do with anything? Are y'all gonna try to go out and do anything, or y'all gonna celebrate right there at home? Everybody hit that like button for me. We got 17. We got 13 people in chat. And you guys share this out as much as you can. I run into too late. Oh, and I got some business I need to take care of with y'all real quick too. And that just reminded me of it. Dad and I went all over Putnam County yesterday. I think we had to stop at every store that was in the city. And we went to the post office because Dad needed stamps. Good morning, Mr. Carey. How you doing, sir, Carey? Chat's getting busy this morning. We went from 12 to 14 really quick. How's everybody doing? Who's new that hadn't spoke yet? We stopped at every dadgum store in Putnam County yesterday. We went in to the post office. Dad had to get stamps. I had to remail a letter, and I took the heaviest pot, the Freedom Pot, in the one with all the gnomes at the top. I took that into the post office to see how much it was going to cost to actually mail these pots. Me and Dad and my mom were pleasantly surprised. It's not going to be but about $17 to mail one. So if you guys want a pot, it's going to cost about $17 to ship it. Now, that doesn't include shipping materials, which we will have to have. But other than that, so we're looking, give or take, maybe $20 with the packing materials. What? That's what I just said. So I see 19 likes, 14 people. That's what I see. My screen changes though, because I'm actually following the chat on a computer this morning on my laptop, which is something I usually don't do. So, shoot, I'm sitting out here I'm finishing up my second, and I drink a large. My Yeti cup's pretty big, so I drink 2 of those now that it's getting cold. Speaking of which, I got a birthday wish. Somebody can get me a new Yeti cup. I need to replace mine because my slide's lost on this one. And the slide is what keeps your coffee hot, or it vents it when it's cold, whichever. So I have a slide on both of my cups, my Contigo cup and this one. Oh, and Slim, when Charlene gets a chance to pop in chat, tell her she needs to get in here for a second. I got something I need to ask her why Carol is still here. So, what is she doing this morning, Slim? I'm going to tell you something. I love the cup, and it works. But I lost a slide at Deuce's, and the morning I remember the morning that I figured out that it was gone, I pitched a fit. And one of the boys had to have lost doing dishes, or he accidentally got thrown away, or whatever. She's listening. Okay. And now the cup is basically useless to me because I have no slide, and it drives me insane. So, birthday wish, new Yeti cup. All right, you ask her where my t-shirt is. Because I think we got caught up in the crossfire. You tell her the Bubba Cups, yeah, they're all about neck to neck on price, though. I price because I just bought my dad, I don't know what it is actually, because they didn't have but one cup like mine, and it wasn't a Contigo. It was, I don't know what brand of cup that is, but I can tell you there might be $1 to $1.50 difference between all of them. And the Bubba Cups, they were too big because I looked at them when I was at Walmart the last time I went by myself. I know, right? And Nina, mine popped. I popped mine on my big one off to clean it all the time because stuff collects under it. So if you have one of them and you use it, please take your slide off. Waiting on you with the rest of what she's. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I like my Yeti cup because it's special. Um, Mr. Ralph and Miss Sharon, Deuce's parents, gave me that cup. All right, hold on. Waiting on you with the rest of what she got you. Oh, okay. And then Carol, haha, I told you. I hate you, Carol. I lost the slide off my lid too, damn it. Yeah, that's why I want a new cup. I just want to replace it. I want a new cup, Jeanne. I don't want just the lid. If they gonna replace it, they might as well send me a new cup. Now, if you're sitting there and you're sitting in the house drinking coffee, not having a slide's not a big thing. But if you were, I know, right? But now, if you are outside, like I spend most of my time, you need one with not only a lid, but a slide that functions. So there you go. Yes, we do have a love-hate relationship. And actually, we don't have a love-hate relationship. We have a love-love relationship. Sometimes we just don't like each other very much. Well, Carrie, here's the thing. The slide is removable so you can clean out the gunk out from under it. And the first time I popped my big cup apart and actually took it apart, because I noticed every time I went to go get a swig out of it that it would have this weird smell. And I couldn't figure out why I kept smelling it. And I asked my dad one day, I was like, I wonder if you can pop this thing off. And when I did, there was a layer of green, slimy, gunky crap underneath that slide. And I don't even want to talk about it. Ugh, it stunk to high heaven. And yeah, so they have to make them to where they will come apart. I don't use a mug. I used to. I'm gonna steal your cookies, Carol. And then I'm gonna put crickets in them and white crayons and feed them to you. I'm going to tell y'all something. That was one stinking thing. The day we were in Texoma and we opened up them nasty crickets and I took a snip of them things, I thought I was going to pass out right there, y'all. I almost upchucked. That is one stinking something. Oh, they stunk. Somebody needs to catch Carol and tie her up with a rope and stick her in the corner somewhere. That might be what we have to do while we're in Florida. We'll go live and make some Troll House cookies live. Too bad you can't be there. Carol Burton, that is not fair. What all do y'all need to decide what all y'all want in the Troll House cookies? Seriously. And we're not putting no crickets in it because we don't want to waste the food. It needs to be ate. No, we're not putting no trolls in it, Carrie. We can't do that. When people start suddenly going missing off chat, they're going to call the FBI in on us. Eletta, good morning. I haven't seen you in a while. Oh, thank you. I got that from my daddy. We will officially say it's all his fault. My dad said, I was wondering where that went. I hadn't been able to find it, and all this time you got it. Thank you. I don't do much of it these days, but every once in a while I can. It's nice. If you'd seen the live 2 days ago, you'd see me come apart. So I have my moments. It just depends on the day. So I got to figure out, if we do Troll House cookies, what we're going to put in them. But I don't want to put crickets in them because I want us to actually be able to eat them. I don't want to waste them. And the second you put the crickets in there, you lost my interest right there. I think I'd rather eat white crayons than eat crickets. I'm just saying. Christy could do it, but Shirley told me not to worry about food, Daddy. Slim's in here, and she said not to worry about food at all when I got there. I wish you would come with me. You'd have a good time. What else have you got to do? Oh yeah, well that's true, but not in November. It won't. Oh, maybe it will. Anyway. I don't know. Santa does. How about y'all doing a talent show in Florida at the chat can pick a winner? A talent show. It would have to okay, well if we did a talent show it would, or like a karaoke, I think a karaoke contest would be cool, but I'd want to open it up to the public. I wouldn't want it just to be the four of us because you ever clean a chicken? No, and I'm not going to either, Slim. And I'm not going to watch you kill one either. Daddy, you be quiet. No, nope. I make farm. You have to have talent, exactly, and that's my problem. It's not that I can't sing. I can, but I don't like to, and I don't want to sing on a live stream. Other than what little bit I do with just me messing around with the chat. Oh, that's awesome. I wonder how many politicians they locked up. Let me see if I can find something on it. Hold on just a second, Carol. All right. Wait a minute. Let me go back and see. Carol said 160 in Ohio. 160 arrested. For child trafficking. Oops. In Ohio. Wait a minute. No, that was last year. Here it is. All right, guys, I'm going to read y'all this. This looks like NBC News. 160 arrested in crackdown on patrons of sex workers in Ohio. Most were men suspected of being Johns, but a handful of arrests involved those suspected of compelling prostitution at massage parlors, authorities said. And then it says, a statewide crackdown on patrons of sex workers netted 160 arrests, mostly of men suspected of being Johns. Ohio's Attorney General announced Monday. Operations Buyer's Remorse reached every corner of Ohio and swept up a 17-year-old suspected of soliciting a sex worker and an 84-year-old suspected of the same, the Attorney General's office said. The week-long operation netted 149 such arrests, the office said in a statement. The 11 other people included suspects accused of what the office described as promoting prostitution, covered under state law prohibiting the act of compelling sex work. That's what makes this pernicious. Okay, never mind. I don't know that word. Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost said in a video produced by his office, "You're contributing to the demand for human trafficking." In Toledo, the U.S. Border Patrol, one of the 100 law enforcement agencies involved in the operation, participated in a warrant-based search of 5 massage parlors the Attorney General's office described as illicit in nature. 6 people connected with the locations were arrested on suspicion of compelling prostitution, the office said. A handful of suspects were arrested and accused of seeking to have sex with children, of possessing drugs or guns, the office said. Yost characterized the operation as a victory in the U.S. law enforcement's war against human trafficking, difficult to define criminal activity that often overlaps with age-old sex work. Law enforcement across the Ohio teamed up in a concentrated effort to stem the demand that fuels human trafficking, Yost said. Jamie Schultz, the police chief in Willow Valley, Ohio, spoke about human trafficking in the Attorney General's video. The people that are involved in it at the ground level really are the victims, he said. And that's all of that article. Nope, it isn't either. Let me see what's left. Okay, not much. Hold on and I'll finish it for y'all. It says they're compelled to do this, he said, of the sex workers. They're forced to do this. Behind the arrest were 8 task forces across the state that organized stings in late September to lure suspects to fake encounters with sex workers, according to the statement and the video. More than 100 survivors of human trafficking were contacted during the operation. During the operation, the office said. In its video, the police also described the contacts as potential victims. They were offered information about social services, it said. None of the suspects were specifically accused of human trafficking. Ohio has a law against human trafficking, which was not cited in any of the arrests the Attorney General's often listed. The video included an unnamed detainee who said, "I'm not a bad person, I just enjoy sex. I'm not going to lie." Organizations representing sex workers and civil liberties did not immediately respond to requests for comment. The groups, along with some academics, have long decried the criminalization of sex work, even in cases like this one, in which sex workers were not targeted. The Yale Global Health Justice Partnership in 2020 said in a document about sex work policy, there is no evidence that criminalizing sex work deters those who may sell or buy sex. The evidence shows the criminalization, whether full or partial, the latter only targets buyers, makes sex work more dangerous, drives sex workers into more isolated locations, impedes the use of safety and harm reduction strategies, makes it more risky to report violence and abuse from clients, managers, and law enforcement, and increases risk of exposure to HIV and other sexually transmitted diseases. So criminalizing it is it's not only going to make it more dangerous, it's not only going to isolate the workers, which is a lie because the workers are going to be where the people are. And there's always been a risk involved, and it has nothing to do with being stronger on. If you're stronger on something, then you're going to teach them something. If you keep slapping them on the wrist, they're going to keep doing it. That's the way that goes. So, good morning, Mom. How are you? It's about time you got in chat. So there's the article in Ohio, and it wasn't like, see, what I would like to see Ohio do is what the guy in Florida's doing. Use underage and young kids as the lure and lock the bad ones up that's going after them babies. I mean, the young babies. These women are being forced to traffic and sleep with these men because they got Johns that'll kill them. Yep, that's it. Polk County here. I cannot wait. Grady Judge, I watch him all the time. And he'll put their picture up there and he'll tell you where they worked and what they did and what he did in his spare time and if he had a family or not. And they were totally clueless and yada, 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 yada. It was funny. He's funny to watch. If I'm going to be in his county, I'd like to meet him while I'm there. That would be awesome. Because I do. I watch him every time he speaks. That sun's pretty this morning through them clouds. I mean, through the trees, excuse me. You guys ought to see at this time in the morning, looking at the spider webs are interesting because they all glisten and shine because of the dew still on them. And you can actually see them better when they're like that. No, the sun has to be shining in them for you really to see them. Charlene says, as for food and cooking, I've already got in mind barbecued ribs one night, hamburgers and hot dogs another, a barbecue chicken another night, and I'll get the rest later. Charlene, I'm trying to twist his arm to get him to come with us, but he says he ain't lost nothing up there and he don't want to go. Charlene, Daddy says, what kind of grill have you got? Does 100 daily with Disney with the child predators. I'm here trying to meet him. Oh man, that's awesome. Because yeah, he's working. Well, see, I made a phone call to him one time because of the Disney stuff. And I told everybody, I said, a big gas grill, she says. A char grill, what? Oh, Daddy says, Charlene, for you and Slim to go get you a charbroil acorn grill. Charred grill apron. Acorn. I called him myself, and when the lady answered the phone, I said, I said, it's about time somebody does something with Disney. I said, if y'all don't think we know what goes on at Disney and how they're doing all the kids, I said, everybody knows. I said, and anybody that don't stop it, is bad. I want a steak, Charlene, one night. Even if I have to buy my own, I don't care. I want a steak. I hadn't had a steak in forever. Last good steak I had, Deuce cooked. My dad uses wood and charcoal, and I don't know. I don't think he uses gas too much. And Gator's still talking about soup. Oh, that's what I want is a grilled steak, baked potato, grilled corn. Third says, I have to confess that I am running a Disney's 10K in April with a couple co-workers. We've been talking about doing this at least 2 years and finally managed to get registered for a race. Hey, well, you do your thing. Well, number one, Disney was never a big deal in my house because I have boys that would rather die than watch girly Disney stuff. And number two, they were into like Minecraft and crap like that. My kids don't watch a lot of cartoons anymore. They're kind of getting to where they're coming out of it. We got 16 in here. Good morning to all the newcomers. If you're somebody that knows to speak, don't just lurk. I can't stand lurkers. They drive me crazy. We got a lot of deer moving in the woods this morning. They're all in the distance because I'm out here, but they're moving. I see them everywhere this morning. I've seen about 4 or 5 of them for real. 2 of them are coming up to the path as we speak. A yearling and the mama. And there's another yearling. If it's the pair that's always here, there's another deer somewhere. Yeah, I lost a lot of my excitement for Disney, but I'm mostly doing this for the friends or the coworkers. I don't want to be a party pooper. Yeah, I got you. I understand. Sometimes you do things just because. See, I wore black yesterday. I'm not wearing black today. I don't see how in the world you can go to sleep with me talking in your ear. I'll bring my A1 sauce with me, Charlene. I can't do black very often down here till it gets real cold. To where when you wear in black and it soaks that sun up, it feels good and not burns you to death. Oh, and Charlene, if you can find an app that actually has like a month extended forecast, I'd like to see what the weather's going to be like, so I know what I got to pack. Because as it starts getting closer, I'm going to have to start like packing up my clothes because of the way we do laundry here. So I'm going to have to, there's going to be certain things I'm just not going to be able to wear before the trip because I want to save them for the trip, if you understand what I'm saying. Let's see. Nina black leggings and a t-shirt with the Lord's Prayer hands on it. That's what I wore yesterday. I wore a pair of black leggings and a black and white flannel and a pair of black boots. Yeah, I got some. I can leave the TV on trouble for that same reason. Yes, we all need to be aware of it. I'm hearing people tell me that we need to keep our phones off, which makes sense to me. You know, if if the American public knew exactly how many things and how much things are being monitored in your home, even without your knowledge, it would be shocking to most people. Your cell phone, when it sits on a table and you've got it, let's just say that you got it blacked out and off, where you have to enter a pin or something to get it to come on or go to your home screen and give yourself access to your phone just to get in it. The whole time it's sitting there locked, it's taking pictures and doing bar scans of everything that has a barcode in your house. I think it was around 1 in the afternoon here on the East Coast, but don't quote me on that, Carol. I need to get me a royal blue men's shirt. It needs to be at least a 3XL because I like to have room in my shirts. I don't want it tight. And I want it big for a reason. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Runt. How are you? Um, so um I would prefer a long sleeve shirt, something warm, but I need a royal blue men's solid shirt. I'll tell y'all what it's for later. Hmm. Well, if Homeland Security or whoever's doing it hasn't told all the police in the area, I don't know. I mean, what's it going to hurt to turn your phone off for a while anyway? Turn it off for 2 hours, turn your TV off, turn everything off. They can get a signal and be done with it. I can put mine in a microwave. Why do they want us to put it in a microwave? Will somebody please explain to me what putting your phone in the microwave is going to do? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put mine in the microwave. Hell, I might wrap it in tinfoil and put it in the microwave. It's a Faraday cage. I don't know. My phone's on a live. Uh-huh. Charlene. Charlene, Daddy wants to know if you have ever cooked on a green egg. What is a Faraday cage? Let me find out what a Faraday cage is. Charlene said no, they're too expensive. Daddy says that the acorn is identical to the egg as far as shape or whatever, and they run about $320, $330. Yeah, the smoker and the grill. Yeah, that's what my dad cooks on. His is an acorn though, I think. He wouldn't have paid for a green egg because of how expensive it was. Charlene, Charlene's older than me. She's about your age, I think. Y'all running neck to neck. I don't know. Is it spelled Akern? Yeah. All right, just like the tree acorn, so it's going to be the first spelling Acorn. Well, we got that's like when I got Deuce's Weber grill. My dad's the one who told me what to get him. And then he said, like, he was like, I'm gonna have to get used to it because I hadn't cooked on a round grill in a long time. So, as far as I know, he's still got that grill. What? Yeah, you go Akorn, y'all. It's Akorn. He says he swears by it. If you ever start cooking on it, you'll love it. Yeah. I was reading up on the fiber optic and everybody was scared of it, but the fiber optic seems to be better for you as far as the waves are than the 5G, 4G, and the 3G and all that crap. You see Run out there? It's going to be interesting to find out what this deer actually turns out to be. And like we're going to be able to tell him from any other deer next year. Mm-hmm. So some of you, we got 17 in here now. So if some of you didn't hear my announcement earlier, it's going to cost about $20 to mail the pots with the packing materials and the box and everything included. It's actually $16 and I think it was 36 cents to actually mail it just based on the weight of the pot itself. And that was the heaviest pot I've made because it had the wood piece on the front is where it added the weight at. So as of yet, I don't have any of them heavier than that one. And so they can be shipped. And now I have a general idea of what I need to ask for shipping. So now I know kind of like if one of y'all is interested in a pot specifically, then I can ship it to you. So yeah. No, you're not the only one nervous, but I mean, they do inhumane stuff to us every day and going to continue to do so till they get the population depleted where they want it. So, I mean, if we expect them to play fair, that's not going to be the way it is. I'm pretty sure mine's already turned off, but I'll double check it third. Thank you for putting that up there. Um, but isn't this going to bypass whether it's on or not? I'll click on third's link, tell y'all what to do. Um, Mine's obviously on because I'm getting Amber Alert, so I need to double check it. But I'm live on that phone right now. All right. Well, you don't want to disable. All right. Yeah. So Android instructions are You go to safety and emergency under your settings and turn it off right there. If you click on that link, you'll see the instructions. Excuse me, y'all. That was rude. What? Yep. I would, especially if you're connected to the internet, and mine is because of my Roku. I'm just going to unplug my Roku and turn my TV off. I'm going to take the power box out of it so it'll power it down. They are going to be doing some kind of signal that's supposed to be like activating the 5G in the cell phones. Yep, basically. They're recommending everybody power their phones off and stick them in the microwave. I hadn't thought about that. Unplugging the modem. Okay. And TVs. And the thing about it is I'll be done forgot this crap by tomorrow. Yeah, Carol, most definitely. I don't know. Because of what I know that they do with stuff like that, the home devices, I wouldn't ever do it. Tomorrow afternoon between 2 and 4. Dad said they're trying to get it to where they can spy on you through the cameras they have and everything, or control your refrigerator or appliances where they can make something break or make it quit working or whatever it is they got to do. Because if they can control that, then they can control your ability to go buy a new one because you think yours is broke. Yeah, that would be a good idea. Somebody send me a text and remind me at least 30 minutes beforehand. And if you don't hear something back from me, you might want to blow my phone up. Third has put an article up there. Hold on. Let's see what it says. I don't want to go to channel. I want to click on it. Okay, I guess it's a channel. It is a channel. Oh, it's Third's channel. Okay. So apparently Third has something on her page about it. I'm trying to find it. Let's see. Videos. Oh, wow. Well, what in the world? Why is it taking me to your YouTube then? I mean, when I click on the link, it looks like a press release. Oh, there it is. Okay, I got you. I got you. Let's see. FEMA, in coordination with the Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, will conduct a nationwide test of the emergency alert system, which is the EAS, and the wireless emergency alerts, which is the WEA, this fall. The national test will consist of two portions testing WEA and EAS capabilities. Both tests are scheduled to begin at approximately 2:20 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, October the 4th. The WEA portion of the test will be directed to all consumer cell phones. This will be the third nationwide test, but the second test to all cellular devices. The test message will display in either English or in Spanish, depending on the language settings of the wireless handset. The EAS portion of the test will be sent to radios and televisions. This will be the seventh nationwide EAS test. FEMA and the FCC are coordinating with the EAS participants, wireless providers, emergency managers, and other stakeholders in preparation for this national test to minimize confusion and to maximize the public safety value of the test. The purpose of the October 4 test is to ensure that the systems continue to be effective. It should be an effective means of warning to public about emergencies, particularly those on the national level, in case the October 4 test is postponed due to the widespread severe weather or other other significant events. The backup testing date is October the 11th. The WEA portion of the test will be initiated using FEMA's Integrated Public Alert and Warning Systems, which is IPAWS, a centralized internet-based system administered by FEMA that enables authorities to send authenticated emergency messages to the public through multiple communication networks. The WEA test will be administered via a code sent to cell phones. This year, the EAS message will be disseminated as a common alerting protocol, a CAP message, via the Integrated Public Alert and Warning System open platform for emergency networks. Good grief. All wireless phones should receive the message only once. The following can be expected from the nationwide WEA test. Beginning at approximately 2:20 p.m. Eastern Time, cell towers will broadcast the test for approximately 30 minutes. During this time, WEA-compatible wireless phones that are switched on within range of an active cell tower and those wireless provider participants in WEA should be capable of receiving the test message. For consumers, the message that appears on their cell phones will read, "This is a test of the National Wireless Emergency Alert System. No action is needed." And they give Spanish, and I'm not even going to try to read that. It says, WEA alerts are created and sent by authorized federal, state, and local, tribal, and territorial government agencies through IPAWS to participating wireless providers, which deliver the alerts to compatible handsets in geo-targeted areas to help ensure that these alerts are accessible to the entire public, including people with disabilities. The alerts are accompanied by a unique tone and vibration. Important information about the EAS test. The EAS portion of the test is scheduled to last approximately 1 minute and will be conducted with the participation of radio and television broadcasters, cable networks, satellite radio and television providers, and wireline video providers. The test message will be similar to the regular monthly EAS test message with which the public is familiar. It will state, "This is a nationwide test of the Emergency Alert System, issued by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, covering the United States from 1420 to 1450 hours Eastern Standard Time. This is only a test. No action is required by the public." And that's the article, dated today. So, there you go. Good morning, Miss Kelly. Kelly Crafty, what are you going to be doing today? Third says, I am taking PTO tomorrow afternoon and will probably do some house cleaning while I wait to see if chaos erupts in my neighborhood. Y'all are conspiracy theorists at heart for real, but it could happen. You don't ever know what could happen. Wow. We've been live almost 2 hours, y'all. They don't want you to know how long it's going to be. Just leave your phone off for a couple hours and turn it back on. A scarecrow hat. Wow. Cool. Girl, you better take you 2 weeks off and go to Hawaii or something. Or tag along with Jeffrey for 2 weeks and see what he's up to. Take you some of that time and get rid of it before you lose it. What's the point in having it? You ought to be able to keep it and accrue it. That ain't fair. I guess it changes every year, but still, they still could figure out a way to hold on to it. That ain't right. Man, that's crazy. 100 hours to burn. That eight, let's see, how many days is that? Man, it takes me forever to find anything on this computer. Let's see, 100 hours divided by 8. It sure is. Why not? That's what you should do. Come to Florida. Starting to finally warm up a little bit. It's about time. Carrie's Musings, you're still coming, aren't you? Pay time off. Pay time off, Nina Rice. Pay time off. When they have to pay you even though you're not there. That's good to know. Yes, ma'am. It's coming up finally. It's starting to warm it up some. Um, the sunrises is not as beautiful here as they would be over the water. But when the sun first starts peeping up and you get your pretty clouds and your hues of orange and purple and whatever other color you can imagine could be up there, we're trying to get the kids out of here and on the bus and things of that nature. So we seem to miss it, but the sun sets over the water too, and it's beautiful. But now I don't do sunsets much because I'd literally have to ride down there and wait. I'd have to drive. I couldn't walk it because it's dangerous to walk back up to the house after it gets dark. So, but yeah, for anyone that works in customer service, if you have a job in customer service, especially if you're working remote, if you've got a link or like a referral link, I'm looking for remote work and I don't want to just do any kind of remote work. I'd like to do something interesting. I don't know. But something that's easy to maintain. I got my computer speed up. I finally am getting situated and I'm working on applications and stuff now as we speak. So if you guys know of anything that's legit, it has to be legit. And just because it's on Indeed.com don't make it legit either. I found that out a couple days ago. So yeah. We've already got the flights. Miss Charlene knows when I'm coming in. I'll be there early in the morning on the 1st. I should be there in time to sit down and have a cup of coffee. Or to stop at a daggum truck stop somewhere or like Pilot or a place where they have coffee all the time and get a cup there. But I just wanted to go live. I hadn't been live since the day I ended the live suddenly, so I wanted you guys to see my face. Sometime this week we will be working on a pot. I don't know what theme I'm gonna do this time. I finally cleaned up the one that the kids found in the woods. I've got it drying and turned upside down with the rest of them. And so good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, Miss Lady? And you be blessed and have a good day. I'm glad it's warming up a little bit. But you do what you got to do, Carol. I'm fixing to end the live pretty much anyway. I got some things I need to do. My mom wants me to cut up a whole bag of onions. And I got to do some work out here. So I got a few things I need to do. And mainly today, I'm going to try to get this building clean. That's my focus, is getting everything straightened up. Because my sons and I moved some stuff around. Oh, well, that's awesome. I'm glad she smiled. You guys have a good day. Everybody have a good day. I'm going to go ahead and plan on getting this live ended because I got stuff I need to do. I got to make some tea for one thing. I got to get busy out here for a few minutes before I go in to cut up onions. Cool. So everybody finished with your goodbyes and your hellos, and I appreciate the chat this morning. We've had a good group in here this morning. We've had at tops, I think 15, maybe 16, I don't know. But we're coming up slowly, y'all. And that's okay. So sometime this week we will do a pot. I just don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I need to think about it for a couple days. I want to get a hold of that one we found, but I got to see what I want to do to it first. And it may take a couple coats on the bottom where it's been burnt. So, and yeah, so you guys have a good day. And I love each and every one of you and appreciate you very much. And we will talk to you guys on the flip side. I'm fixing to go around. You're going to see my big butt in the frame because I got it in the live.